Okay guys, this is the video going over how to both upgrade and trait your gear. I'm going to be using my gear as an example. I finally got my pieces to drop. So going over a quick recap of the previous two videos. Go watch those if you need more details, but basically you want to level your blue gear to +9 obviously, then max out all the traits. Once you have maxed out traits, you find the purple piece that you plan on using. You level that purple piece to level 7 with about 33%, 30 to 33%. And then you will transfer over your blue piece into your purple piece. That'll get it up to level 9 with 960 blessings, which is enough for 2 guaranteed blue upgrades. All right, so step 1, I'm going to go ahead, level up, and we're just going to spam this until we're level 7. Okay, let's see where we're at. Still have a good amount of stones left. Okay, so now we're not going to do continue until next level. We're going to do a single tap here. We're going to need one more. Perfect. All right, so level 7, a little over 30%, not a big deal. In the long run, you're still going to be saving resources because at the higher levels, it takes many more growth stones in order to level up. So go ahead, we're going to go to transfer. Well, let me unequip my item first. Also, if you ever have issues why you can't transfer an item, you have to check all your equipment templates. It might be in a different template, and if it's not unequipped, you can't transfer. Let me go ahead, unequip this, and go to transfer. Click on this, and now you can see right here, we're going to be at level 9 and transferring over 960 blessings. And keep in mind, you only get one transfer. So once you do this transfer, you can't transfer on a different piece later. So just, be careful of what you're doing. Make sure you're clicking the right piece because you might ruin something that's really expensive like this collar. Okay, so let's go ahead and just do this. All right. So there we go. Now this collar of decimation I have is currently in the best state possible to give me I guess a successfully maxed out collar in the future. Obviously, having a better roll at first would be nicer. Having more pieces to work with would be nicer. Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and look up the prices of these traits. So first thing, go to auction house. Ignore all this. Accessories, necklace, and go to the collar of decimation extracts because we wanted to figure out how much it's going to be to cost, how much it's going to cost to open the other lines, right? So you can see here, the collar of decimation is super expensive. Just to quickly explain why is because the only ways to obtain it are drops from the Kawasan World Boss or from the lithograph. There's no other way to obtain it. There's no way to craft for it, no abyss currency, nothing. There's no way to get it besides that. So they're very, very expensive. So you can see here, obviously I want these 3 right here. I want skill damage boost, max health, and buff duration. This is really, really expensive. Way too expensive for my taste. So what we're going to do is we're going to use unlock stones. If you watched the previous video, I said that don't use unlock stones unless it's like a end game super rare item. I consider this one of those. So we're going to go ahead and mostly, for example, in the video, I'm going to go ahead and just use my unlock stones. So go ahead, go into your traits here, collar of decimation, and we're going to unlock traits selectively. All right, you can see here, you can choose the one you want. I'm going to go ahead and choose skill damage boost. Since it's the most expensive, I feel like I'm saving, I'm making the most use of my unlock stones. So go ahead, unlock this, boom. Now this trash neck now has something good in it. I'm going to quickly show you, I can make a video about how to use auction house to search prices on things very quickly, but if you want to take a look here and see how much it is to get we're going to search both the purple and the blue just to show you the price difference and to figure out exactly how much we'd be saving by using blessings, right? So basically, blessings are turning the blue into a purple, right? So let's go ahead and type in skill damage boost, search, and make sure you click here to necklace. And you can see here the cheapest skill damage boost necklace extract that you can use is 1,675 lucent. It's very fucking expensive. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm trying my best here, but it's very expensive. So if we look at a blue, 180, still expensive. I personally think 180 for a blue is expensive. Usually blues, go for somewhere between like 57 to 50 to 80. So 180 is still expensive. It's a best in slot, right? But 180, when you can make it guaranteed, you're basically adding over 1,000 lucent to the worth of this item by using blessings. So just enough blabbing. Let me go ahead and show you. So you can see here, click on the Collar of Decimation, go to skill damage boost. I have this blue neck here, skill damage boost on it, use blessing. You can see the 10 plus 90. And there you go. My skill damage boost is now level 2. I basically saved myself like, 1,500 lucent. I have 510 blessing at the moment. So if I got another neck piece with the 180 lucent neck piece extract with skill damage boost on it, I would once again be saving another 1,500 lucent, right? And be at level 3. So now here's the other strategy. The other strategy is to see how I have a bad trait line here, but it's actually not the end of the world in a situation like this. It's actually I don't want to say it's preferable, because obviously getting the best stuff to drop is always the best. But what you do is that you use this bad trait as your blessing building trait. So you're going to go ahead and just click here, and we're going to intentionally want to fail. So go ahead, click this once. Did not upgrade. Our blessings went up from 510 to 550. We're going to click again. We are now at 590, 630, 670. Okay, so you get the idea. I'm not going to keep going. I think it'll make the video too long if I start just buying stuff off the auction house. So if you want to know what I plan on doing with this, I'm going to continue doing exactly what I just did, where I keep on adding to my health regen, intentionally failing to build up these blessings, and then I'm going to use that to upgrade these for, I don't want to say for free, but for very cheap, as opposed to paying 1,500, right? Because the necklaces are very expensive. And then I would do the same thing with this trait. I probably will end up unlocking it using unlock stones, just because, once again, this necklace is very hard to come by. It's very hard to get. It's not like the other necklace, the one that you can buy from Abyss Currency, where you can just farm up Abyss Currency every couple weeks. It only drops once you get it from the lithograph. You cannot get it again unless it's from the world boss. So this is the one time to really use them. Okay, so here's my second example here. I'm going to be using this etched alabaster ring that I got. And I'm going to be doing the exact same thing I did before, but a little quicker, and kind of just going through my thought process kind of out loud as I do it. Hopefully this will also help you understand a little bit more about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so first things first, we have the ring here that I want. I'm going to go ahead and level this up. Try to select the right one. It has the skill damage boost. Perfect. I'm going to level it up to 7 and about 30%. And okay, now just a little more. Okay, a little over. That is fine. I'm gonna go ahead and just transfer now. Transfer over my blue ring with max traits. Gives me 960 blessings. Maxed out, level 9. Now we're gonna go to traits. So the trait I have on here is skill damage boost. Now I want to figure out the other traits that are on here and figure out their pricing and kind of what's worth and not worth. So I'm going to do a little bit of brainstorming here. Going to go to the auction house. Okay, etched alabaster band. So skill damage boost, about 1,400, 1,200 for the max health, and buff duration, 580. Buff duration is pretty cheap. I think it's still a little too expensive. Probably wouldn't buy it, but I definitely wouldn't use unlock stones on it. So, okay, keeping that in mind, let's go ahead and look at the, I have both the other rings I have setting my inventory are collision chance and health regen, right? So I'm going to go ahead and look to see how much these traits are going for. Sorry. Let's find how much the blues are, because I'm going to be using them to fail stack, essentially. We have collision, chance. Oops. $45. Okay, 45 is pretty cheap. Normally I'd be writing this down on a notepad or something, a little document. And then health regen 45, and then we have 30. Okay, so health regen is definitely cheaper. So with that in mind, I probably will put on the health regen and start smashing away at that. So we have one with health regen. Let's go ahead and use that. I'm going to go ahead and unlock this. Yeah, now we have the health regen. I do not want to use these purples. I'm going to use some blues. When you get this extra line, you're going to be wondering, what do I do with this health regen? You can either use a duplicate ring or the extract of the ring and just use trait conversion, which will cost you 25 trait conversion stones. This is probably the best way to go about it. Or you can do trait chance conversion. I don't really recommend this unless you want to try your luck. Okay, so let's say hypothetically I wanted to max this out right now. What I would end up doing is probably use unlock stones to unlock this last line with max health, because it's the second most expensive thing. And then I would make sure that I have enough blessings by wasting health regens, right? I would make sure I have enough blessings saved up that I can guarantee my upgrades on not only this last trait line here, but also have enough saved up for this trait line. So I could just use blues and save myself some money. You might have to pull out your calculator and kind of like do some math here and figure out whether or not it's worth it to keep buying blues to fail stack intentionally, or if you should just go for a purple, or, you know, go for the blue on the new extract. You're gonna have to figure it out. It's depending on the item, but yeah, I probably won't be doing that though. I'm not in a rush to max this item out. I think I will probably go about the route of just, you know, if I find health regens or I buy them for cheap every time I check the auction house, I will just continue to use them to build up blessings until I get to the point where hopefully in a week, the alabaster bands drop in price dramatically and I can just buy the traits, convert this one, and just max it all out and, you know, when the time comes. But I'm not going to rush. A big part of this game is if you want to save Lucent and be able to upgrade your gear fully, you're going to have to wait. Unfortunately, that's just, the prices will come down. Yes, so if this video helped you, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see me cover some other topic of Throne of Liberty, please let me know. I probably can make a video about it. I have some other videos in the works too, just simple basic guides that I feel like are important for people to understand. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks.